Scorpio, Dark Dove Tarot here. Hope you're doing fantastic. As you know, I always pre-shuffle, but I'm going to add a little more energy before we get started. So this is for Scorpio for September 2018. If you've watched my channel before, you know that my reads are based on love, anybody who's single, and anybody who is looking to reconcile. I've not had time to do relationship reads, and I don't know that I will get those out because generally, these are not wanting to cooperate. Generally, the people who ask for private reads, etc., are single or looking to reconcile. So I've been kind of catering my videos to them. So again, this is for anybody single, looking for love, having questions about their love life, or anybody looking to reconcile. Any likes, subscribes, comments, etc. greatly appreciated. If you want a private read, the link is in the description below. I've been warning cross-watchers, and I won't continue every month, but just last month and this month. I've had some really nasty people cross-watching, saying some really negative things about the sign I'm reading for. And, you know, I kind of feel like if you have a problem with the person that you're dealing with, maybe pick up the phone and resolve it there. Because if you say nasty things on my channel, it will be erased. Just so you know, because 2 months ago I had a really nasty cross-watcher. I don't mind cross-watchers at all. The more the merrier, right? But if you start posting bigotry and racism and stuff and calling women the C word, then we're going to have a problem. So just a forewarning. This is a general read, so check your sun, moon, and rising. Hopefully this resonates with everybody, but some months your other signs will resonate with you more than others. So again, keep that in mind, general read. If you want something specific pertaining to you, then you would need a private read. Sorry, and the cards are falling on the floor. So I use the Deviant Tarot deck, Deviant Moon Tarot deck, and to clarify and get your theme of the month, I used 8-coin Tattoo Tarot. So again, any comments, any you know, feedback, etc. is always greatly appreciated. Hope you guys are having a terrific August moving into September. I can't even believe it's almost September. Oop. So one more card, then I'll put your, and there it goes, and then I'll put your theme of the month, and we'll get started. Okay, so again, this is for Scorpio, September 2018. Let's see what your theme of the month is going to be this month, Scorpio. I'm always intrigued by your reads. They always seem to have a specific story or specific message behind them. Some signs can be all over the place, things going in 20 different directions, and then other months really a straight story, but Scorpios seem to be pretty consistent. All right, so your theme of the month is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is generally, I'm going to straighten this out a little bit. The Six of Cups is nostalgia. It's looking back. It's reminiscing. So having this definitely says if you're single, maybe you're remembering times when you're in a relationship and you kind of want to emulate that this month. Because again, this is, you know, somebody who's saying, hey, I remember the good old days. Do you remember these memories we made? Do you remember what fun we had? And so I think that that's really positive to be your theme of the month if you're single, because this says that maybe, you know, you're keeping your faith in finding somebody alive. And that's really important, especially if you do want to meet somebody and have, you know, a commitment or whatever it is that you're wanting in love. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is good too, because this tells me some of you, not all of you, maybe past the point of the point of pointing fingers, if that makes sense. So maybe you're reminiscing on the good old times and we had some really good memories, and maybe you're focusing more on that instead of the you did this to me or I did this to you and fighting. So feels like you're remembering, you know, a more positive time frame with this person you're possibly interested in reconciling with. So that's definitely a good theme for September. Your first card is your current position and coming into the month, and you have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is all about sacrifice. It's about wisdom. It's about self-awareness. So if you're single, this definitely says that maybe you have sacrificed a lot of yourself in relationships, or maybe you've been not picking the right people lately, or you haven't been, you feel like you're putting yourself out there, but you're not taking up what you want back, if that makes sense. You're maybe dating people you normally wouldn't date, or people that you know may not be good for you, because you're just kind of like, I'm going to put it all on the table, see what type of people I can meet. The Hanged Man, the best thing about the Hanged Man, though, is that it is a self-awareness. It's understanding certain things. And so I feel like some of you have been having an on again, off again, you know, uh, feeling towards dating, period. Like, some of you've been not dating, some of you've been dating a lot, and vice versa. It's like you're going back and forth, a 50-50. Some of you feel like dating, some of you don't. And this is mainly because you're starting to become aware of what type of people you want to attract and what type of people you've been attracting. So this says a lot of you have been thinking about, how am I going to get to this point, this happiness point? How am I going to get to, you know, a place where I felt good in a relationship, or I felt good in meeting people? So you've been doing a lot of deep thinking about what type of person you are, like, would I date me? And then trying to emulate that and put that out in the universe in hopes to get that back. If you're looking to reconcile, even though I think that your theme says, hey, you know, I recognize that there's a lot of goodness in this person, there's a lot of happy times, there were good times, there were some bad times, and I feel like you do feel like you sacrificed yourself more. Maybe you went 75 and they always came 25. And this is you kind of saying, okay, I care about you, I have a connection with you, but I'm not going to be the person who makes all the effort now. I'm tired. I have done my part. I have been a good, you know, girlfriend or boyfriend or partner, etc. And I'm not going to, it doesn't all wait on me. So it's not necessarily a negative. You're just saying, look, I've hung myself out there so many times and put my neck on the line and made this relationship work, and it now is feeling like work, and that's why it's no longer happening at the moment, because it stopped being something you enjoyed. It stopped being something you felt good about yourself in. And now you're going, no, I deserve that, to feel good about myself. I deserve somebody who's attentive, who wants to put that effort forth too. This really feels like a lot of you, it just kind of got to the point where you're like, I'm doing all the work in this. I'm putting all the energy into this. It feels like I'm forcing something on this other person that they're just not willing to reciprocate. And I think it's really important that you recognize that. The next card you have is how you're feeling coming into the month. And that's very interesting because you have the Six of Cups. So there's definitely something here, Scorpio, whether you're single or looking to reconcile, that says, hey, there's something you need to remember. There's something you need to pick up on. It could even be from your past. If you're single and 10 years ago you were like, I want to get married, I want to have kids, I want to, whatever it is for you, it's going to be different for everybody. Not everybody wants the traditional, you know, wedding bells, etc. But it's like the universe is saying you're missing something here, Scorpio. You need to think back on something, because the universe is saying, remember the times when you had these goals and aspirations and the type of partner you wanted to have and the things that you looked forward to in life. I feel like a lot of you are sitting here going, where the hell has time gone? I haven't achieved half of what I want to achieve. I'm not in a relationship the way I thought I would be. I had these amazing dreams and wants, and they were realistic. It wasn't like you were expecting this knight in shining armor to come and rescue you, or, you know, this princess to come and rescue you. This is just you now saying, I need to focus on what I really want in life. What's going to make me happy? Do I want kids? Do I want to adopt a bunch of pets? Do I want to, whatever it is to you, you get my point. The Six of Cups showing up here is the universe saying, pay attention to something here, Scorpio. There's something you're missing out on, or something that you're not remembering, that maybe you need to embrace this month and really focus on what it is you want. Have this self-awareness of what makes Scorpio happy, what makes Scorpio tick. If you're looking to reconcile, it's very similar. Focus on the positive. Yes, they do need to come further. Yes, they do need to appreciate you more. Yes, they do need to be more attentive. But I think that you both need to focus on the good times you had and the plans you had, and where did we get off track and how can we get back. If it's really important to us, then we need to focus on all the good times instead of dwelling on all the negative. The next card you have is your distant past, over the past 5-10 years. Could be throughout your childhood, and you have the Queen of Cups. So this is the woman of mystery. So the queen is a spiritual, it's a holiness, but it's also she's also very mysterious. He or she, I don't apply sex to the cards, but this person is very mysterious. So this is telling me that whether you're single or looking to reconcile, I always read this together, because this is the universe's way of reminding you of maybe a bad habit or a pattern to not repeat, or to remember something good to harness and bring that currently into the future. But this is interesting. This tells me that for some of you, there was some sort of ghosting that happened and it was really damaging, or maybe a divorce that happened that ended with an affair or something here, because the Queen of Cups is saying there's something that's still sitting inside of you, Scorpio, even from 5 years ago or 7 years ago, that says you were really hurt. Like the wool was completely pulled over your eyes. Maybe you were married and you had no idea they were having an affair and you lost everything. Maybe somebody who was super important to you just disappeared and you never got an answer. This is almost like unanswered questions, but you've got to be careful not to let that, that bring you down. It's easier said than done, I know, because, I've dated somebody and they've disappeared or whatnot. I think we've all had different experiences like that. And it can be hurtful, and not having the answers to the question. This could also be, it feels like it's coming through too, which just gave me the chills. Whew. Of like somebody dying, somebody that you cared about, maybe not even a partner, maybe a parent or somebody in your life close to you that died, and you just feel like, what the fuck happened? Like, I have all these unanswered questions. I have no idea what happened here. So very interesting. That may resonate with one or two of you, but there's definitely a death here, or some sort of a parent disappeared and you never heard from them again. And so my point is, whatever these unanswered questions are, it's hard because there's still that hole there that needs to be filled, because we all as humans desire to have some sort of answer, some sort of closure. But if you're not getting that, you don't want to bring that into new relationships, assuming that something bad's going to happen, or assuming somebody's going to, it's abandonment issues basically is what it is. And a lot of us have that from, our parents having divorces and that kind of stuff. And so this is basically saying, give love a chance. Don't, and if you're looking to reconcile, it's interesting too, because it almost feels like some of you are so quick to leave that person over stuff that could be foolish because of the issues of you don't want to be left first. And trust me, I know that all too well, that feeling all too well. The next card you have is your immediate past, so over the past few weeks, past month or two, and you have the Eight of Wands. Now, the Eight of Wands is news coming from afar, but it's quick action. It's like forced movement. So if you're single, you may have somebody contact you who you were friends with, or somebody you dated a long time ago. They may have recently contacted you, but they come in swift. They may also leave swift. So it's interesting because you have the Six of Cups now, and that makes a lot of sense. There may have been somebody coming in, or there may be somebody coming in if you're single from your past, because all of a sudden you're reminiscing with the Six of Cups. So maybe a childhood friend, maybe high school friend, whoever. It feels like you may have contact. It could even be like an old relative, you haven't talked to in a long time. But the Eight of Wands is a quick movement, something happening very fast. Could just be if you're dating, you're going to meet somebody that reminds you of somebody special to you, and that's why you're reminiscing. And maybe this person's really good for you. Maybe it's kind of a sign that they're like meant to be in your life at the moment. If you're looking to reconcile, this says that something happened fast. So that makes me think either you guys broke up fast, or like, there was something happened. They broke up with you and they had an affair, or you guys separated and boom, you moved out, or maybe you guys separated and you thought you'd be working it out, but they want a divorce. There's all sorts of scenarios. I don't have to go through every single one, but whatever happened, it seems like you were blindsided a little bit, or they were blindsided, like you were just, I'm done, or they were done. But what's interesting is it's not done, because there's still a connection here. There's still some things that need to be worked out. There's still some, your journey basically is not completely over. That door has not closed. Whatever happened swiftly, or whatever came out of spite or anger, it's not done. I don't believe that your story is over. I still think you have lessons to learn from each other. Whether you're going to get back together or not, I don't know. But I don't think all communication will be cut off for good, even if it is right now. The next card you have is your your distant future. And you have the Nine of Wands. So this is throughout October, November. And the Nine of Wands is a very good card here. I like this for you guys, because the Nine of Wands is somebody who is very capable, somebody who is very conscientious, somebody who has a very strong capability and stamina. So this just says, if you're single, you're just going to continue to build up not only your self-awareness and your wisdom, but you're not afraid to go out and find what you want. And you're not afraid to say no if it's not working out for you. Before, Scorpios are one of the less emotional water signs, right? You guys can turn it on and turn it off a lot easier than, say, a Cancer or Pisces. But Scorpio also can sometimes know what they want, go out and get what they want, but then have a hard time saying no if it's not working for them because they don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. But this says that you're on fire right now and you're not going to be with somebody just to say you have somebody. You're going to actually, put your game face on, go out, find somebody that makes sense, that fits well with you. This is you being strong and very capable and very self-aware of what it is you want in life and what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept. And this says, you're going to be blazing a trail. You're going to be meeting people and you're going to, possibly meet somebody who just builds, you guys kind of build on each other, build on a magnetism between you guys. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is definitely strength. This is saying you are capable of doing it whether it works out or it doesn't. And you may not be in that place right now, but it's really comforting, I think, Scorpio, to see this right here because this says, look, if we work out and we get back together, great. But if we don't, I'm okay with it. This is your okay card. This is saying, hey, any of that sick to your stomach, heavy chest, can't breathe, can't get out of bed, can't think straight, having a hard time focusing at work, all of that, if you're going through that now, and it's terrible and tough and none of us like it, but if you're going through that now, I don't know what that was, sorry. If you're going through that now, you're going to come out of it on top. And so I think that's really positive for you if you're looking to reconcile. This says, look, you can handle anything that comes your way. If it is not meant to be and this connection is going to be broken and you will not be back together, you will be just fine. The next card you have is your immediate future. So throughout the month of September, and you have the King of Cups. Now the King and Queen, I find that interesting. The King of Cups is somebody who is a good listener. They're very attentive, almost like a counselor here. So I feel like this month, if you're single, you're going to be shaking things up a little bit. You're going to be doing, like what I said here, you're going to be making some sacrifices for the people who are worth it, but you're paying a lot more attention to how people are talking to you. Like their actions speak louder than words. I say that in a lot of reads where people will tell you exactly who they are if you pay attention. You can talk words all day. I could talk people in a circle if I wanted to all day. We could have conversations about what we're going to do, but if you really get up and do it, then you're showing somebody who you are. And again, this is somebody who's listening, very calm and very patient. So Scorpio, if you're single, this definitely says you're going to be paying attention to what people tell you. You're going to be listening to what they say. If they're like, oh yeah, I want a relationship, and that's what you're looking for, great. But if they're, oh yeah, I want a relationship, and 4 months in, they're still texting and they're still online dating, they're whatever, then they're probably not being legit in what they want. The only thing you need to be careful with here is that the King of Cups can present manipulation. So you want to make sure you're keeping that keen eye. I think that you're very focused this month and paying attention to watching what people tell you and listening to what they tell you and listening to their behaviors and watching their behavior. So you're coming in very calm, cool, and collected if you're single. I think that if you're dating when you want to date. And if you feel like taking time off for yourself, you're taking time off for yourself. This may even be that you're going to some sort of like meditation group, or maybe you're going to counseling, something that's bettering yourself. It's very interesting. A lot of signs this month have been getting like nurturing, like you need to take care of yourself, you need to focus on yourself. So maybe the universe is just telling everybody, hey, like wind down, like let's take a step back and let's make sure we're good inside, mentally, physically, and all of that, and then proceed in the realm of love. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, there may be counseling involved here too. If you guys do decide to see each other again, let's say it's a marriage that's, not working out. You might be seeking some sort of help counseling. Maybe if you go to, church, maybe you'll seek, counseling from a pastor or something like that. It could even just be talking to people who are, we feel are wiser than us. Maybe people who've been through a lot more than we have and have experienced things that we have questions about. But this is also paying attention. Let's say you guys communicate. If you're not communicating right now, if you start communicating this month, this is urging you to be calm about it. Don't, remember these. Remember the reminiscing of the Six of Cups instead of the negativity of any ghosting that went on, any quick movement, breaking up fast, or hurt feelings, etc. This is urging you that if this is something you really want and you really miss this person, you need to go about it in a way that allows you both to communicate without having any hostility or animosity, you know, along with it. The next card you have is anything tangible, and a situation that'll happen in the month of September. It could be in the beginning, middle, end. It could be, you know, for an hour, 10 hours. I hope this lasts the whole month. This is the 10 of Cups, and that represents peace, joy, family, a oneness with the universe, so to speak. So if you're single, either you're going to be spending a lot of time with family that's going to kind of encourage you to, you know, keep going out there and keep meeting amazing people. This very possibly could be that you meet somebody that, you know, you think is somebody you could see yourself moving on. You know, whether, again, like I said, everybody's different. Not everybody wants kids. Not everybody wants to get married. Not everybody wants, you know, the same things. But this is saying you may meet somebody that you feel like that possibility is there. Is it your twin flame? Is it true love? Who knows? I think that it's going to build over time because you have this 9 of Wands here, which is, again, stamina, capability. So I think this is something, if you do meet this person, that will take some time to build. It's not going to be like this immediate, hey, I love you, let's move in together and have lots of babies. It's going to be that you're listening to what they're telling you, you're understanding where they're coming from, you understand how that fits in what you're looking for in your life, and you're going to have this moment of bliss at some point this month. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, I feel like there could be some communication here. For some of you, I know you're going to say, no, Dark Dove, it was horrible and they cheated and all, and I get that. But right now, the cards are very calm. They're very cool and collected. There's not a lot of animosity going on here. So I feel like for some of you, it was really about hurt feelings, or it was really about you guys, you know, not communicating correctly, or not, you forgot about taking care of each other. You forgot about connecting. Maybe money got in the way. Maybe you got so busy with life and family and all this stuff that you forgot that you were a connected couple and you needed to take care of each other. At one point this month, there may be a moment of triumph where you feel like, hey, remember those dreams we had? Remember things we wanted to do? We might possibly have a shot at getting back there. The next card you have is anything you're going to feel throughout the month. And again, this could be in the beginning, middle, end, you know, last for day. But this is internal, and this is the 9 of Pentacles, or 9 of Coins. This is a generosity. This is almost a charitable energy. So if you're single, you're going to feel generous with somebody. You're going to meet somebody, maybe 1 or 2 people, but there's definitely somebody coming in here that's making you feel like you can kind of unlock, or as we've said in a couple of your videos, start breaking down that wall that you guys tend to put up when you're feeling a certain way about relationships or love. So this is you hoping that, hey, is there a possibility this person could be somebody that I could allow to break down that wall a little bit, brick by brick, again, slow moving, but building stamina as you go. This is an abundance, it's a satisfaction, it's accomplishment, it's success. The 9 of Coins represents all of that. So at some point this month, you're going to feel like, hey, I may have managed to meet somebody pretty amazing. I may have managed to meet somebody that we're on the same plane. We know what we want, and allows you to build on the dreams that you had that maybe you just haven't been able to fulfill. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this says that if you have been ignoring them or they've been ignoring you, there will be a moment where that time passes, and it could be, you know, one day where you both are feeling charitable enough to want to have a conversation with each other and be cordial. But this is you saying, okay, there is a possibility. There is a hope alive here. Some of you were seriously connected with this person and you were going places. I mean, you had dreams of taking, you know, a vacation together, having kids together, all these different things. And it was really important to you. And the hope for that is not dead yet. The next card you have are your hopes and fears for the outcome. And you have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is somebody that people are drawn. This person is somebody people are drawn to. This is somebody people look up to. They high morals and hold their self at a high self-worth. So if you're single, this definitely says that your hopes for the outcome of the month is that you meet somebody amazing. You meet somebody that you can feel a connection with, but also somebody that you look up to, somebody that you admire, somebody that you that makes you want to be a better person, if that makes sense. Have you met those people that sometimes you're like, man, if I could be like that person, like they seem to have their shit together, they seem to know everything they're doing. They're inspiring. And so your hope for the outcome of the month, if you're single, is that you're inspired by this person and they're inspired by you. You guys would have the same ethics, the same, you know, the same wants, the same. And so your real hope is that, hey, I can meet somebody that I can move into the direction of whatever it is you want out of a relationship, whatever it is you want out of love. And it feels like this person's a really strong energy. if you're looking to reconcile, this is you needing to uphold a leadership type quality to a certain extent. If things start going south, if you guys start communicating, this is almost saying like, look, they're relying on you, they're hurting right now, even though for some reason it feels more like they upset you and you're the one who's hurt. I feel like they're almost just as hurt or feeling, because it feels like you may have been the one to cut them off, and for reasons that were probably, you know, a good reason, but they're drawn to you. They hold you on a pedestal. They care about you. They love you. And this kind of feels like, you know, at the end of the month, it's going to be up to you whether you guys communicate or whether you guys can get past this. And they're kind of looking up to you to help move this along. And I know that's annoying because here, like I said, it feels like you've put all the effort in, but it feels like this person may be pretty lost without you right now. The next card you have is your outcome for the month. It's very interesting because you have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups here, and now you have the Queen and King of Wands here, which I love because the Queen she's full of ferocity and she's confident and she's sensuous and she knows what she wants. She's not afraid to go get it. So your outcome of the month, if you're single, is saying go for this. If you meet somebody who makes you feel like this and makes you feel like this, like you guys can actually grow. And like I said, it's going to take some time, baby steps. But if you meet somebody who makes you feel this Queen of Wands energy that makes you feel creative and wanting to get out there, enthusiastic about this person, and you guys build each other up like this, you know, this is perfect. King and Queen together, this is fantastic. Again, is it 100% this person's going to be your twin flame? No, but this person makes you feel like you haven't felt in a long time. This person makes you feel like you're capable of doing things. Even if you guys end up being friends in the end, there's nothing wrong with having somebody in your life who it sparks this enthusiasm again in you, that instills that faith and love and kindness and organic, you know, heartwarming. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, the Queen of Wands is you, again, I think, going to this place where you could take it or leave it. And not in a negative way, okay? Not in a negative way at all. But this is saying, the Queen of Wands is saying, your confidence and self-worth and self-awareness, like that Hanged Man, will be in its full potential by the end of this month. And you need to hang on to that, because if you want this person back, and if you think that they're a good fit for you, then you will be able to help nurture that relationship. If you don't, you will be just fine on your own. So again, I think there's a real possibility you guys can come together and connect. I hate to say it though, they feel a little bit needy to a certain extent, and you've almost like held the relationship together. And if you guys can't get there, you understand and you're fine with it. You will be fine either way. So I think the biggest take for people looking to reconcile this month is that you're at that point now where you understand if it doesn't work out, it's not the end of the world. Yes, it may hurt like hell. Yes, it may feel like you're, you know, suffocating sometimes. We've all been through it. But you're understanding that your self-worth and what you deserve is bigger than those feelings you have to suffer through right now. What's interesting is your clarifying card is the Five of Coins, which is about loss. It's about a poverty of some sort. So if you're single, this definitely says that you may meet somebody, you may meet a couple people, and they're not all going to be for you. So don't get discouraged. It's like I say in a lot of my videos. The best advice somebody gave me one time when I was online dating was, hey, if you are going out there assuming that every single person you meet is the person for you, then you're going to be disappointed every time. If you go out there assuming you're just going to have fun and they're probably not the person for you, then you won't suffer that disappointment, and when you meet them, it'll feel a lot better. So I want to clarify that because I want to see what kind of loss we have. Okay, so yeah, whether it feels like if you're single, you're going to meet a couple people and it won't work out immediately, and you're going to feel bummed and you're going to be like, this sucks. But then you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is beautiful because this is about new beginnings. This is about opportunities. This is about potential. So this is the universe saying, look, there might be some letdowns this month. You might go on dates and think, oh, this person's great, and for whatever reason they don't want to date you, or, you know, vice versa. You're like, oh, you know, I'm not meeting anybody for me. That's because there's somebody in wait for you. There's somebody here that's going to be coming through. That's the big potential like this. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this makes me feel like even though the possibilities are there for you guys to get together, there may be some loss at this point. There may be loss. It may not work out. I feel like the opportunity's there. I feel like there will be communication, but what makes me a little concerned is you have this nostalgia looking back, but is it realistic to look forward, if that makes sense? Is it realistic to say, okay, we can get back to the same page? If you can't, then you won't. And then you will have the loss, you will grieve, and then you will grow into this, and you will still be strong and gain that stamina. Because the Ace of Coins is beginnings and opportunity. So I feel like for you, if it doesn't work out, there will be a new beginning coming for you quicker than you thought, like way quicker, because you have this Eight of Wands. So even though I think there's a potential for you guys to possibly have communication and maybe get on the same page again, it may just be that it's a nostalgia moment and it ends, but I wouldn't worry because this new beginning right here is beautiful and coming. And then you have the Queen of Cups here, who you also have here, clarifying, which is very interesting. This is the person of mystery. So if you're single, I feel like this is somebody coming in. I feel like there's going to be a couple people coming in here, but what's funny about it is I don't think you're going to realize how special one person is until like the universe starts weeding people out, like somebody doesn't contact you back, or somebody says, I'm not interested, or whatever, and then all of a sudden it's going to be like the one is standing right in front of you, or all of that clears itself out, and then this new opportunity comes in, and you're like, hey, you're pretty amazing. But this is saying, I need to rely on my faith, control what I can, and let the universe do the rest, because the Queen of Cups is a woman of, or man, of mystery, and I think that's what's playing great into this, is that you're going to be kind of mysterious to somebody. That's going to attract them. Then they're going to have this kind of energy of the King of Wands, where it's like a magnetism. They're drawn to you, and it's like one person. We'll see how it goes, Scorpio, but I really feel like you're going to date a couple people and you're going to be like, what is going on? And then poof, somebody comes in and you're like, hey, it was, meant to be. The universe was clearing the path for this person to come in. If you're looking to reconcile, I feel like it's going to be a mystery again. I hate to say that, but I feel like you may just not get the answers you're looking for. You may not get the answers that you seek, but powerful as you are, you're above that. So it's almost like you've prepped yourself for the fact that it may never happen again. You realize and understand you guys had great things together, that you guys had amazing times together, but you also understand what you're worth, what you deserve, and you know that if this person can't give it to you, then there's other opportunities out there. All right, Scorpio, I hope you have a great month. Bye.